welcome to the Animag Podcast.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Animag, the #1 anime podcast on the planet. Baby, I'm your host, Asylum, sitting here with...
Domicus.
And your boy Zay.
And that means we're back at it, guys. Episode 4. And I have to say, this episode was a little lackluster.
Not a little, a lot.
Yeah, I really came into this expecting a lot more, and it kind of did what we expected it to do by picking up right where things left off in episode 3, but it kind of missed the mark for me.
Yeah, like, after last episode, like, it's been thick into my mind. It was like, Chizuru probably wants Kazuya to admit that he loves her, because it takes guts to actually say it, and instead of having somebody else to say it.
Because, like, there's so much to unfold in this, even though you just said a while ago, it kind of feels like a filler episode, but there is shit in it, you know?
There is shit, but not much.
Not much. So I guess we'll just fucking... I know Yeze just watched this puppy, so I know he's fresh.
This episode is a fucking scam.
Big scam.
That makes your 10 feel like shit now.
Yeah, how do you go from a 10 to this? Hey, all I'm gonna say, homie, is welcome to the Rent-A-Girlfriend family. Typically, when you rate something high, your next episode is gonna be like dog shit low.
That's how we felt in the first fucking season. Relearned our lesson.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you boys right now. If I knew I was not doing a podcast for this episode, I would never watch this shit. Because the first minute, even before the intro, had me pissed off.
Yep.
I just would have hopped off.
See, because that's the part that everyone was excited for, was the moment before the intro, because we all thought it was going to come in and be extremely juicy, and guess what? Nothing.
I kind of figured.
All right.
That's what I said last podcast.
So let's just do it then. So we open to see the episode picking up right where episode 3 left off, but sadly, like we said, it's just not as juicy as we were expecting. And basically, it's Chizuru telling Minnie that Kazuya has already told her his true feelings for her, and she knows that that's how he really feels. And he's only renting her as a client, and that's why the rental company has terms of services in place for situations like this. And the whole thing just kind of basically leaves Minnie dumbfounded, because she's just staring at her like, what? And then boom, intro roll. So they give us absolutely dog shit before the intro rolls, because we were expecting a massive reaction. You know, at least have Chizuru say something, you know, more than just
something instead of...
You know how I felt?
Let's hear it.
You know how I felt? I feel like that moment when she's jerking you off, but then when you about to buzz, she stops. Honestly. Because what the fuck was that? The ending of last episode was so good. And we start off with this of her just saying, the way she pretty much reacted to Minnie was like pretty much, oh, okay, let's continue with the movie.
Right.
That's Rent-A-Girlfriend for you.
That is Rent-A-Girlfriend for you. Welcome to the family.
Oh, like literally, after everything this motherfucker man do, it's still here now.
Yeah. This man does put his life on the line for Chizuru, and she's just like, eh. And even here in this episode, you can see she's got Minnie telling her that Chizuru's in love with her. You're going to get to the end and see that Umi is going to tell her Chizuru is in love. That Kazuya's in love with her, and she's just completely like brushing it off. She doesn't want to admit it for some reason. After the intro, Minnie is kind of letting Chizuru know that she will add the items that they've decided to sell to the crowdfunding site. And here we see Minnie kind of get to work a little bit for the page, and also a little bit for Kazuya. She says, I'm sure Master would say that I'm wrong and that he only wants to see you succeed as an actress, but also she says, then again, that isn't enough motivation for anyone to be doing all this work that he's doing. So she's literally telling Chizuru here, like, realize what this man is doing for you. It's not just because he wants you to be a great actress and succeed. He fucking likes you. She even says, I'm sure that true love can start on something fake and on borrowed time.
Aiwa Kuzo Ama. This fucking bitch. This fucking ungrateful. This fucking bitch.
So, like, Chizuru's obviously in her feelings here, and we hear a camera snap. Okay, and it's Minnie taking a picture of Chizuru for the crowdfunding page, So, like, even when she's trying to put in work for Kazuya, she's still thinking about the fucking crowdfunding page. Because, you know, she got Chizuru in her feelings, real natural emotion, and she takes a picture of it for the fucking page. That girl is a goat. As she takes the picture, Minnie runs off back to her apartment, and Chizuru says, hey, wait. And who does Chizuru see standing outside at the bottom of the balcony? Kazuya. He has a look of shock on his face because he's heard everything that they were talking about. I think he, like, right here, like, the cat's out of the bag. Now he knows that Chizuru knows he's in love with her, even if she doesn't want to accept that. And he lets Chizuru know that he asked the agency to put the funding page on the recommended spotlight, you know, like the homepage of the bullshit, but they weren't too keen on the idea. And all Chizuru says right here is, oh, and then she goes inside. Obviously in her feelings, bro.
She is.
Because here's the thing. Let me finish the scene right here. Because she goes inside, and as she's inside, she's sitting against her door, okay? Now, when Minnie was talking to her, she, like, they had an image of her, like, pocket, like her hoodie pocket, and she was, like, gripping something in her pocket. So she sits against her door, and she pulls out the ring that Kazuya had gave her from his grandma. And she had it in her pocket the entire time. I assume to make sure that, like, Minnie didn't find it and try to list it on the crowdfunding thing, which is smart because she probably would have. And then she'd have to also explain what it is, why she doesn't want to sell it, you know. So from here, the episode can be broken down into, like, a couple of major scenes, okay, that we can digest more as a whole rather than bit by bit. So we'll start with Chizuru meeting up with Umi-kun, and that's the guy that she has acted with on stage before. Remember back in season 2, we saw a very dapper looking guy with white hair, and we all assumed that it was someone that Chizuru was crushing on. Well, it's that guy. And she basically asked him if he can spread the word for their project. And he says, sure, I can, but I need something from you. Kind of seems a little sus.
I already knew where that was going once he said something. I was like, yep, I know what's happening.
Yeah, this is gonna, that whole, like, I need something from you is gonna come back around and be a major part of this episode later on.
Yeah, it was so obvious.
I mean, even in season 2, you could tell that he kind of has a thing for Chizuru. As Kazuya is leaving to head out to class the next day, Minnie meets with him on the balcony, and she notices that something's kind of wrong with him. He tries to play it off as if nothing's wrong, but then he falls apart, and he says, I think Chizuru is fed up with me. And as he's explaining how the night before she was being very short and weird with him, the whole time they show Minnie standing there and she's sweating, like dripping sweat. She's nervous and she starts whistling, looking to the side because she knows what the fuck she did. She knows what she did. And he notices this, and one thing leads to another, and it all unfolds. He finds out that Minnie told Chizuru that he loves her, and he freaks out, okay? He falls to the ground, and Minnie immediately starts fucking apologizing, and he goes, I never even said I was in love with her. And she's like, well, you are a virgin, so I mean, she's just assuming, you know? She's loud capping this man, all while trying to help him. He's on the ground, right? Face down, freaking out. And this goes on for a little bit. And he turns to her and he's like, what did Chizuru say? And Minnie explains exactly what was said about how Kazuya himself once told Chizuru he hadn't fallen for her. So he literally falls back to the ground, has another small freak out. So all the while this man's down on the ground freaking out, we see Minnie behind him taking a selfie with the selfie. What is the... Okay, I'm just gonna tell y'all, alright? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna break the fucking fourth wall. Right here, we have to re-record because apparently Streamlabs stopped recording. And I just picked that shit up like a pro, like it never happened. And then I saw Thomicus geeking out, and it fucked me up. So now y'all know. But anyways, we're going to dive back in. So all the while this man's face down on the ground freaking out, we see Minnie behind him taking a selfie with a selfie stick. So it's like her smiling and Kazuya's on the ground in the background, face down on the ground, stressing about Chizuru.
You see, y'all sitting there laughing at that scene. I was sitting there pissed off. Cause this man literally bawling his eyes out for a girl that's barely giving him any fucking attention, any rewards, any nothing.
Not giving this man jack shit, bro.
Bro, literally, season 1 saved this woman from drowning. Season 2, giving her money after money for renting her out.
That's true.
Literally.
That's a great
season
callback
3?
to season 1 also.
3?
The drowning.
In season 3? The movie?
Yeah.
What is it gonna take? What is it gonna take?
Y'all done made this man throw his headphones. Y'all done got him angry. Y'all done got this man angry. What is it gonna take?
Tired of bullshit.
Y'all done made that man throw his headphones. He's tired of it.
Literally, anime advice for the fucking day, man. Don't let these hoes get in your fucking feelings. Because if they get in your fucking feelings, you're literally losing that life. At that point, you're done.
Oh
Literally.
my god, bro. Y'all, look, if y'all don't see us back for episode 5, you know why. Ye done quit.
I almost even hop on the call. I'm not even gonna lie.
Bro, y'all had that man so depressed on this episode.
Watch episode 5. It's just gonna be straight filler.
I feel like it will be. I called that shit. I think episode 5 will be a filler.
Because this was half and half.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, like, 3/4 filler and, like, 1/4 filler.
Right. I mean, there's like enough.
Or not filler.
I don't know, man. It's like a little over half is filler, and then the rest is just, like, important.
It just felt off for me.
Right.
While I was watching it.
So, as this man's face down, all right, still pressed about Chizuru, he gets a text from her, and it says that they need to talk tonight, both of them, and she says, bring Minnie. And basically, the conversation that they have back at Kazuya's apartment is Chizuru saying how she asked Umi-kun to retweet the project for them, and apparently he's famous on Twitter. This man has, like, 230,000 followers, and Kazuya immediately realizes who this guy is, and he gets upset. You see it in his face. He's looking at her, and he asks Chizuru if something's wrong, because she's just kind of looking a little strange, and she's visually distressed, right? And she tries to say, oh no, it's just a personal matter. But Minnie and Kazuya end up prying it out of her, and she spills the beans. That in order to get the retweet from Umi-kun, Chizuru will have to go see a play with him. And seeing as his girlfriend got sick, and she can't go with him, she claims this is just going to be a good chance to learn a few things about acting, and then we'll just go have a nice time at the play. It's all it's gonna be. But the problem with this is that the day of the play is July 28th, and that's the same day as the last day for the crowdfunding page, and they all had planned to go pass out flyers. So you can see how that's conflictual there. Here, Kazuya gets even more mad, and you really see it in his face. He's standing there and he's looking at her. He's all like red in the face. And he's asking Chizuru if this was in exchange for a retweet. And she's like, don't be stupid. He has a girlfriend anyways. So Kazuya in his head right here says, I mean, this is Chizuru that we're talking about, right? No guy could ask her out without hoping that it would lead to something. You know, what did he call her? An S-tiered goddess?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. They were showing everything. The ass, the tits, the face, everything.
He said she was like something of male destruction, something like that. He was going off.
A weapon of male destruction.
Weapon of male destruction, boys. So...
yeah, while looking at a junk.
So just as he's about to tell her that she shouldn't go, Minnie chimes in and she says, you should go see that play. And the whole time she's got her hand over Kazuya's mouth. And he grabs Minnie in a headlock and he says, give us a sec. And they wind up going into the bathroom. And in there, she actually tears into Kazuya, even though he was the one that brought them both in. She's like, dude, he has a ton of followers. And that those people probably follow him because he's an actor. So they're likely to be film buffs. And she's like, a date for a retweet is no different from the rental girlfriend job. Just look at it from a different angle. And she's got a point. She's got a fucking point, man. That's free advertisement to 230,000 people.
This scene literally shows that Minnie has more just thinking capability more than the other characters. Because she literally, even though she knows, got sacrificed for a date.
Yeah.
There's still one more that's just waiting to
That's true.
throw the bomb.
Yeah.
Mommy
still don't know what bomb Mommy is getting ready to drop.
Yeah, because I'm about to drop this bomb real quick. First time ever in Animac history. We double dipping.
Oh my god.
A second advice of the day.
Oh my god. First time in history.
Too many advices.
Never let your girl go on a one-on-one date with another dude.
No, never.
Because at that point, if you let her leave, it's a mind game. It's a mind game.
You're going to be at home sick to your stomach all day.
That's what I'm saying. It's a mind game at that point. The mind game.
A mind game.
As they come out of the bathroom, Minnie says, we talked it over and we think that you should go. And Kazuya's in tears, okay? And he's like, yeah, So Chizuru sees this and she's like, what's with the tears? And Minnie's like, oh, he just got toothpaste in his eyes. Which, like, what the fuck does Chizuru think they were doing in there for him to get toothpaste in his eyes? And Minnie even stretches it here and she's like, yeah, you're good to go see the play with him. Even go out and get a bite to eat with the guy. And Kazuya slaps the shit out of Minnie behind her head. So as Chizuru walks out to go home, Kazuya falls to his knees on the balcony and he starts screaming. And Minnie's like covering his mouth and she's like, shut the hell up. She's gonna hear you. The next portion of the show, this is all before the final scene. This is the date. So as they're walking to the play, Umi kind of asks a few questions about Kazuya and Chizuru. Chizuru goes on to talk about Kazuya, saying how he's a great guy, but sometimes he'll start panicking for nothing, although he knows nothing about film production, he is positive that he can wind up making one. She says at the end of their conversation that Kazuya did teach her the value of having people around who will say that it's possible. You know, just having like good people in your corner. So at least she's getting something from the man. And I guess she's just not paying attention. She goes to trip and fall. And without even one thought, Umi just like sticks his arm out and he saves her. And he's like, you seem super fragile and you need to be careful.
So by the way, just to point in, the art style for the date, it was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie, the art style was nice.
Yeah, the portion like at the end of it in the little breezeway, I thought was really fucking nice. So we cut here, we get a hard cut to the gang, and they're getting ready to pass out flyers, and Ruka's here, and she's like, well, it's fucking good that Chizuru didn't show up. And then she even says how, okay, so remember Minnie's like, Chizuru's gonna go on this date, we have to trust her, everything is gonna be fine. But then Ruka's here and she's like, even the best guys in the world would have something planned up their sleeves when taking someone like Chizuru on a date. And they show Minnie right here.
She's not wrong.
Minnie is stressing because she told Kazuya everything's going to be fine. And all the while, he's just sitting there blank face, just probably internally panicking his ass off. But something snaps in Kazuya here, and he realizes that he does have an incredible group of friends around him, and seeing how much everyone is willing to help him. And he actually winds up thanking Ruka, and he's like, I'm sorry for stressing you out so much. You're doing a lot for me here. You're being a fucking champ and handling this somewhat well. Thank you.
Hey, what I told you, it's a mind game, boys. It's a mind game at that point.
So they get to work and they start passing out the flyers, right? So we get back to the date. And they go on the date, and Umi points out that like after Chizuru sees a play, she's almost a different person with how excited she gets over it. He's like, I really love that side of you. But Chizuru is not having any of this. She puts him in check right here, and she's like, oh, come on now. Nana, this is supposed to be his girlfriend, will come for your head if you keep talking to me like that. And we learn that Nana, Umi's girlfriend, was indeed not sick. This man had actually broken up with her. He did have something up his sleeve. So
sleazy fucking bitch.
Sleazy. So he tries to razz Chizuru up right here by saying how watching her watch the play was fun and it made him glad that he brought her instead of Nana. Buttering her up. He even says, I find girls who are interested in acting more appealing, and Nana wasn't into all of that. Bro. And Chizuru gets an alarm on her phone, right? Kind of snaps her out of it, and it's to point out that they need to go hand out flyers. And she's like, look, I wish I could hear you out about this, but I can't. I have to go. Sorry. And she's going to walk away. And in Chizuru's head right here, she says, what are you thinking, you idiot? I was just here as a sub for Nana, nothing else. So, I don't know. To me, it's like, does she actually like this guy? Or like, did she think it was going to be something more than just... Because like the way she says it makes me feel like she's upset that she was just there as a fill-in rather than like it being a date or something. I might be taking that wrong.
No, because honestly, when
I wouldn't say wasting her time because she's doing it for the play.
Yeah, for the play, but I feel like, to me, it shows like maybe she had a little bit deeper feeling than she thought for this guy, or she wanted it to be a little something more than just a trade for a retweet. Maybe she kind of low-key wanted it to be a real date.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, no, because when he was trying to butter her up, she was like, nah, stop. Mm-hmm. Like that type of move, because she was trying to change the subject of her, right? Of him.
I don't know. I might have just took that wrong.
Bruh, I'm on this man laugh. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because when you said, stop, it sounded like Cartman saying,
literally, yeah, that's how she literally was. I'm just mocking her, but like literally,
Say
when he was trying to, when, when he was trying to butter her up, she was like trying to divert the conversation to not make it go even farther.
Right. That's true. I guess I just took that super wrong.
Probably. But like, when I seen this, I was like, oh Lord, is this going to be another villain that we're going to have to
see, that's how I was thinking that too in the background, like another mommy, but in the guy version. Chizuru goes to walk away and he says, hey, do you want to go grab a bite? And she thinks back to Minnie saying that like she should go grab a bite with the guy. Hard cut back to the gang, passing out flyers. And Kazuya is, of course, in his head, not focusing on the task. And he's thinking about the date that's going on, right? He's thinking about Chizuru with Umi when he hears, good grief, you suck at this. Give me half. Guess who the fuck it is? It's Chizuru. She really did leave Umi to go help the gang. As she's passing out flyers, she looks back at Kazuya to see him passing them out. And she has a flashback right here to just a moment ago when she was with Umi. And he's basically saying how going to eat was part of the day's plan and how he had got reservations at a hard to get place. And he even says that he's like, a lot of famous actors go here and whatnot. And I think he's like really fucking saying all this to get Chizuru to go, like really buttering her up. He knows she likes fucking acting. He knows if she hears there's famous actors that go there, she's probably gonna go. And she's like, look, I'm really sorry, but everything the gang and I have done has led up to this day, and even though I do appreciate it, I gotta go. Umi cuts right to the chase right here, and he says, do you like him? And he means Kazuya. But of course, she tries to just brush it off, but he's like, looking at you, it sure seems like you do. He says, a while ago, you didn't seem excited about anything, but when the movie stuff started, that's when you snap back to being yourself. And she gives kind of the most like shittiest answer you could possibly give right here. She's like, I don't like him, but I also don't not like him. Like, okay.
I guess she doesn't want to admit it to another person.
She definitely doesn't want to admit it. She's, I don't know, man. I'm really... It
just shocked me how Umi said that. Do you like him?
Do you like him? It's because he knows. He can see it. He literally says, look, you're happier when you're with him. Now she has Minnie telling her that Kazuya likes her. Now Umi says, look, I can visually see that you're happier when you're with him. It's like, it's two people, bro.
No,
and,
3.
Who else?
Her grandma.
Oh, and her grandma. Holy shit, I forgot about that. And
who's
then,
next?
And like deep down inside, you know your true feelings. So like she's just fighting all of that.
She was a fucking scam.
I'm starting to not like her, and that's hard for me to say. The episode closes out with them passing out all of the flyers, and they're getting close to the end of the last day for crowdfunding. And we see Umi right here, and he says, God, I'm such a fucking idiot. But he ends up still retweeting the project for them because she did go on a date with him. Right as it was about to turn midnight, they see that they successfully reached their goal with 30,000 yen over. So now they got some extra spending money. Let's go, gang. Let's go, gang. And everyone's all happy and like high-fiving, and they show Kazuya and he's got like happy tears in his eyes. And then boom, outro roll. That's the episode. Boy.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about.
Not a whole lot. I mean, like we said, it's essentially half filler, half story. I mean, the stuff with Umi's not massively important if he's not going to come back into play for this. You know, they used him for a retweet. She went on a little date with him. There's nothing to really analyze there. All we could just kind of do on this one is just like, now that they have the money for the movie, I guess the next step is for them to start production of the movie.
I think Umi's gonna help out.
You think he's gonna hit him up and be like, yo, you know, I got some skills, let me in.
Or like help the people that they hire.
I mean, that would be nice. He does have a big pull, a big like acting fan following, so that could help. He does obviously have a lot of skill. He is an actor after all, and now he knows Kazuya doesn't know shit about movie production, play production. Maybe he'll lend his hand. Oh
yeah,
no,
because him and Chizuru are good friends, and he would probably want that to succeed.
That's true. Unless he comes to help them with the play and ends up becoming a a male villain and tries to fuck Kazuya over. That's a possibility.
But I think he wouldn't do that because this movie is about Chizuru.
I think it's a situation where he knows Chizuru likes Kazuya, and he's just not going to push that fucking boundary. I think he's just going to let it ride until she comes to her senses and just call it a day. So I guess with all of that being said, you know, this episode did let me down a little bit.
Let me give you some words real quick.
Let's hear it. It might sway my rating because I'm sad about this one.
I'm sad.
After seeing this episode, after seeing Chizuru be a bitch, Kazuya cry like a little hoe. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm just ready for Mommy to just ruin the whole thing over.
So now you're rooting for Mommy.
Honestly, at this point.
What if it comes out to Mommy helping out with Kazuya?
Oh my! She's the driving force.
If she does that, I'm not be on the next podcast. I'm sorry, I am not. I'm not hopping on. Honestly, like literally, like I'm being for a cold me. If Mommy helps, I'm not hopping on. Because this show is a goddamn scam that happens. The show is a scam.
No, I don't think you have to worry about that because I do not think Mommy's gonna help at all.
I don't think.
So look, with everything being said, I have to hit this one kind of hard and give it a 6. I mean, it's definitely nothing higher than a 6. I feel like I'm even being generous here by giving it.
Yeah, you're being too generous.
So, anyone else? Old Thomicus?
I'm giving it a 4.
Oh my god!
Like, as watching it, I didn't feel anything. The only thing, I got shocked at when Umi was talking about it, and it made it so obvious that Umi had feelings for Chizuru and what he was planning.
Yeah, that is true. I did figure that he had something up his sleeve more than just like, oh, my girlfriend's sick. Come, I'll give you this ticket and then I'll retweet. That's sus, my friend.
It was sus. I think that's the lowest rating I ever gave.
That's a low one. You're usually the high roller on this show. And for Thomicus to be dishing out a 4, you know it was bad. All right, Zay.
See, Masamune Comes Revenge passed it up.
Bruh. Oh my god, where's this man going? He left. Y'all got him running out the fucking... Y'all got this man running out the show. Drove him off. All right, man. Let's hear what old Zay's got. I know he loved it.
Hear it.
He just watched it too, so you know it's fresh. I know he's in love with this episode.
Whoa, boys.
Another 10.
Another 10.
Dang. We ain't got much to say today, boys. I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. May God help Japan, because whoever that man released the episode needs to be fucking slapped.
This is bad. I mean, they can't all be bangers, though. They can't all be bangers.
Yeah. They can't be all like, what's that show? 86?
Oh, yeah, the 86. Oof.
That's a banger.
That's a good one. Let's hear what he's got. What's old Zay tossing out this week?
Honestly, I was expecting greatness for this episode, but I was left astray.
A 10 minus the 0.
You got to see Chizuru be a fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm. A dumb bitch.
Kazuya, cry like a little hoe. Minnie, she tried, man. I'm not gonna lie.
She's trying her best.
Put the ones up. Put the ones up for the GOAT.
She's trying her best out here. She can only do so much.
Ruka trying to want her to try too hard.
Oh, she will. She's gonna get it done, but goddamn, dude.
Ruka trying to keep this project going while that bitch of a man Kazuya cries in the fucking corner.
Yup.
Chizuru. Just honestly, I'm disappointed. She sold the bag. Honestly, she sold the bag. That guy she went on a date with, he tried, but we can't win them all. We got the funding goal. It's a good thing,
That's
but
a good thing,
at what? Yeah, you gotta understand though. We got the funding goal.
I feel like you're pushing. You're pushing so hard to find like one good thing with this episode. Like, oh, we didn't reach the goal.
We reached the goal.
Is there another character that you heard about? What about them? Because you're just going on and on and on.
I got a pun at every detail.
We're just ready for the fans. We're ready for the score, man. I feel like he's gonna.
I'm letting my fans know how I feel about this episode. Like I said, I'm fresh off of it, so I'm really in my feelings at this point. So really with the plateau. Last episode I was hyped the whole time. This episode I was down. Even though we got the funding goal, but at what cost? Chizuru. Then
Can we get the rating?
Where is the
already?
rating? What are we doing?
I'm sorry, man.
Y'all got this man so depressed that he's just like going
Literally. Honestly, I give this rating. I'm not gonna lie, I give this one a 3.
It went from a 10 to a 3.
Literally, because I wasted 20 minutes of my life watching that bullshit.
Bro, a 3?
You gotta understand, we went from expecting greatness for this episode.
That is true. We
Literally
expected a lot.
That's since season 1, buddy. That's since season 1.
It's
We've
trust
been
me,
around this road
This is
trip.
the old classic meme watching Yeze go from a 10 to a 3. This is the classic meme of, oh, you're new here.
Oh,
We get this all the
trust me.
time.
Trust me. I watched the show over the times. It got to a point to where I was so pissed off, I stopped watching some of the episodes. Literally, I think it was season 2. I stopped at like episode 8, then finished the rest because the rest was just fucking bullshit at that point.
Bro, I'm sitting here.
Did you at least go back and finish it?
Fuck no.
Oh my god.
I ain't going back. I ain't gonna get that bullshit.
I'm sitting here and I'm
Oh
looking
my
at these
God.
ratings and it's bad. If next
It's
if
bad.
next week is a filler, we will be lucky. What if they
Dude, all we're gonna
us?
do is get on a podcast and say our review, and that's about it.
Yeah,
It's
hey
a
guys,
3.
it's shit,
Goodbye.
It's a 3 later. What if they razz us the fuck up and it's another 10? They play the emotional roller coaster with us. A 10.
I'm not
3,
fucking
a
falling
10.
for that again. I'm not falling for that.
Get excited, boys. Get excited because it might be.
Heisei done learned his lesson.
So I guess really and truly that's it. It's
That's
about
it.
all we can do here as Animag. There's not much else we can do.
I already know the title for this episode. This show's a scam.
This show's a scam.
Can't be
Well,
that bad.
What?
Can't
Well,
be
you
that
know our
bad.
ratings from last episode? We was
Yeah.
a 9, 9, and 10,
That's true.
and now we're at 3, 4, and 6.
Last episode was almost a perfect episode, and our lowest on this one's a 3. Highest is
Well,
a 6.
We still got more episodes.
Oh yeah,
So
I think it's Rent a Girlfriend. It'll pick up here and there. It'll dip. It'll pick
Pick
up.
up. drop back down to 1.
Yeah, I do expect to see at least 2 more really low rated episodes, but this is the first one, so maybe we're getting them out the way early for a banger for a season finale. I'm talking like the best one we've ever seen yet. I got my fingers crossed. So realistically, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. It's really to put us in a depressive state. So if we don't come back next episode, just know we're all probably dead. Because we... Can you say that on YouTube? I don't think so.
No, you cannot.
Oh. Just know.
Just bleep it.
Yeah, I'm just bleep it.
Bleep.
You know what I said. You know what I said.
Yeah, if it involves sexuality and harming, can't say it.
So thank you guys for watching, even though it was kind of shit. Thank you for liking, following, subscribing, all of that good jazz. And until next week, take it easy and so long, everybody.
Sayonara.
Just end the fucking shit, bro. End the shit, bro. End the fucking shit.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to visit our website at www.animag.org. See you next time.